What a long day. It was a beautiful wedding.
Oh yes, absolutely. It was the perfect day. I got to wear a gorgeous dress, had the ceremony at that prestigious venue I always dreamed of. Everything was perfect without any compromises.
I'm glad you're satisfied. I noticed how detailed everything was, though I was wondering about something. Were there enough wedding favors prepared for all the guests?
Of course, not just my dress and venue choice, but the wedding favors and meals for the guests were all perfectly arranged.
The centerpieces were beautiful too. Everyone seemed to enjoy themselves.
Of course they did. I made sure everything was Instagram worthy.
Speaking of enjoying themselves, actually, I didn't receive a wedding favor, or dinner for that matter.
Oh?
I noticed the servers skipped my table entirely.
Did they?
Did something happen to my place setting? I noticed everyone else had their meals served.
Everyone who was meant to have a meal got one.
What do you mean by that?
Exactly what I said. Everyone who is supposed to get food got food.
I don't understand. Was there a mix-up with the catering?
There was no mix-up.
The servers seemed to deliberately skip my table.
They just followed their instructions perfectly.
I didn't want to bring it up during the ceremony, but I was the only one who wasn't served any food. And when it was time to leave, I didn't receive any wedding favor either.
We had to make some budget cuts somewhere.
What? Budget cuts? After spending so much on everything else?
Well, we had to prioritize the important things.
Important things like imported flowers.
Flowers make lasting memories. They're in all the photos.
And I wasn't considered important enough?
The flowers alone cost more than most people's entire weddings. We had to be practical somewhere.
Practical? By not feeding the groom's mother?
Well, of course you didn't get anything, Sarah. I specifically arranged it that way.
You arranged that? Why would you do such a thing?
Because it wasn't necessary. Why waste money on a mother-in-law?
I must have misheard you. Are you saying you deliberately didn't include me?
You heard correctly. I don't see why you're surprised.
The dinner is to ensure all our guests enjoy themselves, and the wedding favors are to thank everyone for coming.
But there's nothing to thank you for, Sarah. You're the groom's mother. Attending is expected. There's no need for special treatment.
Special treatment? Basic hospitality isn't special treatment.
Basic hospitality is for guests we want to impress. You're just family.
But your parents received both dinner and wedding favors.
Well, of course. I'm grateful to my parents who raised me. But you're just the groom's mother. I have absolutely nothing to be grateful to you for.
Nothing to be grateful for.
Besides, they told me you'd understand. That mothers-in-law know their place.
My place? And what exactly is that?
To provide without expecting anything in return. Isn't that what you've been doing all along?
You're saying I should just give and never receive even basic courtesy?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm glad you understand.
You can't be serious after everything we've done to make this wedding possible.
Everything you've done? All you did was write a check.
A rather substantial check, if I recall correctly.
Oh, please. Like that was such a burden for you.
Do you have any idea how much money you spent?
Every penny was necessary for my perfect day.
And that justified excluding me from dinner?
Please, Sarah, stop acting like dinner is such a big deal.
I can't believe you'd say such a thing. Who do you think made it possible for you to have your dream venue and beautiful dress?
You did, Sarah, but isn't it natural for the groom's parents to pay for the wedding? I don't need you acting superior about something so obvious.
Natural? There's nothing natural about demanding hundreds of thousands of dollars.
My parents said the same thing. They said the groom's family is supposed to pay, so don't worry about it. In fact, since I'm the one doing you the honor of marrying into the family, it's only right that you pay.
The honor of marrying into our family?
They told me to make you pay through the nose for an expensive wedding to show my status as the bride.
Your parents actually told you that? I can't believe this.
They did, and they're right. A proper wedding should spare no expense, especially when someone else is paying.
What kind of thinking is that? I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for this wedding because my son came crying to me about how he couldn't afford it, and I just wanted to help.
And isn't that what mothers are for?
Not to be taken advantage of.
So you paid because you love your precious son. How nice that you could do some filial duty with your retirement savings. You should be thanking me, really.
Thanking you? For what exactly?
For giving your son a chance to marry up. For providing him with status.
Status? Is that all you care about?
What else matters? Look at all the attention we're getting.
What? Attention?
Let me be clear. I don't consider myself indebted to an old lady. You chose to pay for the wedding on your own.
If that's the case, I never want to help you again.
As if I care. Your job is done now. Do whatever you want. I don't expect anything from you anyway. I have my doctor husband, and that's all I need.
Your behavior today has shown me exactly who you are.
And who is that? Someone who knows her worth?
Someone who has none.
How dare you?
No food or wedding favor on the wedding day. Not even a word of thanks. And now you're calling me an old lady. I never thought you'd be this kind of person. Forget about help. I'm reconsidering any relationship with you after today.
Go right ahead. Do as you please. If your family was actually wealthy, I might have tried to stay on good terms. But you're just an ordinary middle-class household. There's no benefit in being nice to you.
Tom, did Madison tell you what happened? I'm reconsidering my relationship with both of you.
Yeah, I just heard. You're angry about not getting food or wedding favors. Come on, don't start fighting my wife over something so trivial.
Trivial? Your own mother was excluded from dinner.
It's just one meal. Why are you making such a big deal about it?
Just one meal? At your wedding?
You always tell me to be practical with money.
Is this your idea of being practical?
We had to cut costs somewhere.
While spending fortunes on flowers and chandeliers?
Those things were necessary.
What's with that attitude? Doesn't it bother you at all that your mother was treated this way? It's unheard of to exclude the groom's mother from the wedding dinner.
Madison and I discussed and decided on this together. So please don't get so angry.
What? You knew about this too?
Of course I knew. We planned everything together.
You planned to exclude your own mother?
It's not that dramatic. You still got to attend.
Attend without dinner or even a wedding favor?
At least you got to see everything.
How long have you been planning this?
Since the beginning, we had to cut costs somewhere.
While spending a fortune on everything else.
The venue and decorations were non-negotiable.
More important than your own mother?
The photos had to be perfect.
You actually agreed to exclude your own mother.
Mom, you promised to pay for the entire wedding, right? So we thought we should try to save money where we could.
And that meant cutting out my dinner and wedding favor?
You mentioned you were on a diet recently, so we thought it was perfect timing. Cutting out one person saved us thousands. Pretty thoughtful, right?
Thoughtful? You're calling this thoughtful?
We're just being practical. Every penny counts.
Practical about what? The wedding cost hundreds of thousands.
But we had to make it perfect.
While spending hundreds of thousands on crystal chandeliers?
Those were necessary for the photos.
And your mother wasn't necessary.
Mom, you know what I mean.
Even after I gave you hundreds of thousands for this wedding?
That's different. That was for the important things.
And I'm not important.
Come on, Mom. You know what I mean. The venue, the dress, the decorations, those things matter.
More than basic respect for your mother.
You're taking this too personally.
How is this saving money? Don't be ridiculous. This is no way to treat a parent, especially one who paid for your wedding.
Why are you so focused on the money? Aren't parents supposed to help their children?
Help, yes. Be taken advantage of, no.
Taken advantage of? After everything you've done for me, this is how you see it?
How else should I see it?
You're my mother. You're supposed to support me.
I never thought you'd treat me like this.
Like what? You're acting like we committed some terrible crime.
You deliberately excluded me from your wedding dinner.
It's not that serious.
I'm not asking for profound gratitude, but to not even show basic appreciation or thanks.
What's there to thank you for? Isn't this just what parents do?
No, it's not what parents do.
You've always given me everything I wanted.
And this is how you repay that?
Repay? Since when do children need to repay their parents?
I wish I hadn't agreed to cover the wedding costs.
Now you're just being spiteful.
No, I'm being honest.
What are you saying? As a parent, shouldn't you be happy to spend money on your son? Isn't it wonderful that you could spend hundreds of thousands on your dear son?
Don't try to manipulate me with that dear son talk.
Manipulate? I'm just stating facts. You've always loved spending money on me.
Excuse me?
You know it's true. You've always been generous with your money.
Is that all I am to you? A source of money?
That's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean?
Come on, Mom. You've always loved spending money on me. Ever since Dad died from his illness, you spent tons of money on me as his only remaining child.
And you think that gives you the right to treat me this way?
What way? I'm just being honest about our relationship.
Our relationship isn't about money.
Isn't it though? You never said no to me before.
Because I wanted to support you.
Exactly. So why stop now?
Because you're showing me who you really are.
I'm the same son I've always been.
No, you're showing me who you've become.
Don't be dramatic. You're my mother who loves to support me.
You're missing the point entirely.
What point? You've always given me everything I wanted.
And that was my mistake.
A mistake? How can supporting your son be a mistake?
It's true that because you were my only son, I did everything I could for you. I didn't want you to feel lonely or poor, so I bought you whatever you wanted.
Exactly. So why stop now?
I let you do any activities you wanted, sent you to whatever private schools you chose, but I never expected you'd turn out to be such an entitled child.
Entitled? After letting you dote on me all you wanted?
After letting me, as if you were doing me a favor.
You'd enjoyed it, didn't you? Spending money on me.
Did you ever think about why I worked so hard?
You make me happy, right? That's what you always said.
So you think I enjoyed watching you spend my money?
Well, didn't you? You never said no.
What?
Every time I asked, you gave. Every single time.
I wanted you to have opportunities.
And I took them. I became a doctor, didn't I?
Because I wanted to give you a good life.
Exactly. So just continue to. Why stop?
Because you're showing me who you really are.
I became a doctor you can brag about, and I even got married. You should be proud. But here you are complaining about gratitude and appreciation.
Proud of what? A son who excludes his mother?
You're just a parent who loves spoiling their son. Just keep giving money and stay quiet.
I can't believe what I'm hearing from you.
It's so hard to believe. This is how it's always been.
That's it. I've had enough. Who would want to help a son with that attitude? I've decided I won't help you financially ever again.
Huh?
You heard me correctly.
But I need your help.
Starting now, not another penny.
Can't be serious.
I've never been more serious.
But what about my future plans?
Did you think I would keep supporting you forever?
That's what you always done.
And that ends today.
After one small mistake?
Small mistake? You deliberately humiliated me. You're my only son, and the only reminder I have of your father, which is why I raised you with so much love and care. But I won't enable a son who takes advantage of that.
You don't mean that. You're just angry right now.
I've never been more serious.
You'll calm down eventually.
No, I won't.
You always forgive me.
Not this time.
Hey, if you're gonna be like that, we won't let you see your grandchildren. I might never see you again either. Are you okay with a lonely retirement without your reliable doctor's son?
You think threatening me will work?
You'll be all alone. Is that what you want?
Better alone than with ungrateful children.
You don't mean that.
I mean every word.
Think about what you're saying.
I have thought about it.
You can't just cut me off.
I'll consider the wedding costs as an early inheritance. From now on, I won't have anything to do with you. And you won't get any inheritance when I die either.
Wait a minute. You can't just say something like that.
I just did.
But our future plans.
Your plans are not my concern.
We still have a lot of expenses coming up. I want to build a new house, buy a luxury car, and there's future children's education costs to think about.
None of that is my concern anymore.
But I was counting on your help.
That was your mistake.
I've been planning our family's future assuming I get your financial support.
You planned your future around my money without even asking me.
Why would I need to ask? You're my mother.
What?
That's what mothers do.
No, it's not.
You've always supported me before.
And look how you repaid that support.
Come on, Mom. You love spending money on me. Whenever I came crying to you, you always gave me whatever amount I needed.
I'm not your unlimited ATM!
But, you know I don't have any savings. Being a doctor sounds nice, but the salary is lower than you think. That's why I was counting on your money.
Your financial planning is not my responsibility.
Who else can I rely on?
Yourself. You're a grown man.
But I need your help.
You should have thought of that before.
Before what?
Before treating me like nothing.
It was just dinner.
And you didn't think to discuss this with me?
Why would I need to? You're my mother. You never abandoned me.
Like you never abandoned me.
It's different.
You abandoned me first when you excluded me from your wedding dinner.
That's not the same thing.
No, it's worse.
You're being unreasonable.
Am I? How would you feel in my position? Anyway, that's not my problem anymore. In any case, I'm cutting all ties with both of you. No more help. No more support. Nothing.
Can't be serious about this.
I've never been more serious in my life.
But we need you!
No, you just need my money.
After everything we've been through?
Yes, after everything I've done for you, this is how you repay me.
Mom, please, you're overreacting.
Overreacting? You deliberately excluded your own mother from your wedding dinner. My own son thinking I'm not worth a dinner.
It's not what I meant!
No, it showed me exactly who you are. Both of you.
Can't just throw away a relationship.
You already did that. Madison, one last thing. I just talked with Tom and decided to cut ties completely. I won't provide any more financial support or get involved with your lives.
Like I said, that's fine by me. I have my doctor husband. We can live comfortably without any money from you.
Are you certain about that?
What's that supposed to mean?
Just asking if you're sure about your future.
Of course I am. I have my doctor husband.
You seem very confident.
I am confident. We'll be just fine.
Comfortably, you say?
More than comfortable.
You've looked into doctor salaries.
I don't need to. Everyone knows doctors are rich. It's like a black hen laying a white egg, isn't it? Thank you for managing to produce a doctor from your ordinary household.
You seem very sure about that.
Why wouldn't I be? A doctor easily makes over $100,000 a year. He might even make millions if he opens his own practice. With a husband like that, who needs a mother-in-law?
You seem very confident about those numbers.
Of course I am. Everyone knows doctors are wealthy.
Have you actually researched this?
I don't need to research what everyone knows.
And you've discussed this with Tom.
We don't need to discuss what's obvious. I married a doctor, not an office worker.
Have you ever actually looked at his pay stubs?
Why would I need to? His status is enough.
Status doesn't pay bills.
Don't lecture me about money.
My, what big dreams you have.
Dreams? These are plans, solid plans.
Based on what exactly?
Based on his career, his future.
And you've confirmed these plans?
We'll build a mansion, get a big dog, live like total celebrities. You're so foolish to cut ties with such a successful son and daughter-in-law.
Such grand plans.
Now you're destined for a lonely, poor retirement.
You seem very sure about my future.
What a stupid mother-in-law, cutting ties over something as trivial as wedding costs.
And now you're insulting me again.
Don't expect to see your grandchildren or get any help in your old age.
Don't worry, because I'm planning to move abroad.
What?
You heard me correctly.
Abroad? Stop joking around.
Who's joking?
You can't just move abroad.
I have several million in cash for my retirement, and if I sell my real estate holdings, it would be even more.
What did you just say?
Was I not clear enough?
Several million?
So I won't need any help from you two in my old age. I might as well do as I please now.
Wait, hold on. Moving abroad in retirement funds in the millions? How does someone like you have that kind of money?
Someone like me?
You know what I mean. You're just ordinary.
Ordinary looking, perhaps.
But you never showed any signs of wealth. You mean I don't flaunt my wealth like you try to?
Not everyone needs to show off.
But where did it come from?
You know my husband died early from illness, right? Well, I worked hard to grow the inheritance he left behind. I worked tirelessly for my son's sake and invested substantial amounts of money.
No way! That's where the money came from?
Did you never think to ask?
But you never mentioned...
That's right. Whether it was luck or good timing, even as an amateur investor, I made an almost laughable amount.
What did you say?
You seem surprised. Didn't you look into my background before dismissing me?
I don't understand. All this time.
It was smart to quit while I was ahead. Since then, I've had trusted banks and investment firms managing it, so I haven't lost much. In fact, it's still gradually growing.
What is this? I had no idea you were so wealthy.
Of course you didn't. You were too busy looking down on me.
But why didn't you tell us? Why keep it secret?
Would it have changed how you treated me?
Of course it would have.
And that's exactly why I didn't tell you. I never told Tom about it. He seems to only care about money, not where it comes from.
This can't be. How could you be so rich? Your house, your clothes. You look like any ordinary older woman. That's why I thought it would be fine to dismiss you.
Is that how you decide who deserves respect?
No, I mean, that's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean?
If you had shown some sign of wealth...
Some sign of worth, you mean?
That's not what I...
Luxury doesn't suit me. All I wanted was for my son, my husband's only remaining legacy, to be healthy, and for us to live without financial worries.
This changes everything. We need to talk about this.
Does it? Does it really change anything?
Of course it does. If I'd known.
If you'd known what?
How was I supposed to know this? That you had millions in assets?
Would you have treated me differently if you'd known?
Of course I mean...
Mean what, exactly?
We could have worked something out.
Let me say this one more time. I won't help you anymore from now on. Don't contact me, even if you have children or anything happens.
Wait, please. We can talk this over.
It's too late to suddenly care now that you know I'm wealthy.
I'm not panicking, and I don't regret cutting ties. If anything, aren't you the one who's regretting it?
Excuse me?
Come on, you're clearly fishing for an apology.
Am I?
Sure, you made your bold declaration about cutting ties, but you must be regretting it now. That's why you're flaunting your wealth, waiting for us to apologize. What an underhanded tactic.
That's not my intention at all.
Don't get cocky just because you have a few million. We have Dr. Tom, remember?
Yes, your doctor husband.
Exactly, a respected professional. He can earn that much in no time. That's how well-paid doctors are.
Well, I hope that works out for you. Take care of yourselves.
We will. Better than you think. You'll see. We'll be even richer than you.
Goodbye, Madison.
Mom, what should I do? Madison found out I have zero savings. She saw my bank statement with zero balance.
What?
Please, Mom, I need your help.
After everything you said?
This is different. She's going crazy.
Different how?
She's completely lost it. She suddenly started searching through my finances, thinking I must have received gifts from my wealthy mother. She thought I must have property or other assets somewhere.
And you don't?
No, nothing.
Not even savings?
She searched everything and discovered I have zero savings. Now she's having a meltdown at home.
And this is my problem because...
Because you're my mother. You always help me.
Not anymore.
But this is serious. Please, Mom. She's threatening to leave me.
Wait, Tom. You mean you haven't saved anything at all?
How could I with her spending habits?
What about your salary?
Like I told you, doctors don't make as much as you think. I'm just starting out as a doctor, and even making $100,000 is still far off.
But you let her believe otherwise?
I didn't want to disappoint her. For all the hard work and responsibility, doctors don't make that much.
Why didn't you tell Madison this before?
I thought she knew. She never asked about specifics.
She never asked about your finances?
She just assumed.
And you never corrected her?
I don't want to ruin her dreams.
By lying.
By staying quiet.
But you must still make more than the average office worker. There's no way you should have zero savings if you were living sensibly.
I spend whatever I earn right away. Madison's always demanding trips and presents. How am I supposed to save in that situation?
That's your choice to make.
No, you don't understand. She expects a certain lifestyle.
A lifestyle you can't afford.
You don't understand how hard it is.
I understand perfectly. You chose to live beyond your means.
That's why I need your help. Just this once.
No,
Mom, please. You don't understand how bad this is.
I understand completely.
She's threatening divorce. But she just assumed you're a doctor, you must have be loaded. She thought all doctors made hundreds of thousands.
I had a feeling that's what she thought. She did say you could earn millions in no time.
She's completely delusional about doctor salaries.
And you never corrected her?
Was afraid to.
Afraid of the truth?
When I explained the reality of being a doctor, she said, then just open your own practice. Make money through private practice.
And you can't?
It's not that simple. Opening a practice costs millions.
Did you explain that to her?
She won't listen. She talks so easily without knowing anything about reality. Unless you're born into a family that already owns a hospital, opening a practice means starting with millions in debt as a new doctor.
Oh dear.
This is all your fault, Mom.
My fault?
Yes, if you hadn't told her about your money, she wouldn't be like this.
So I'm responsible for your lies?
She wouldn't be questioning my finances. Now she's playing victim, screaming, I've been deceived.
Were you honest with her about your finances?
I didn't lie. I just didn't correct her assumptions. She keeps saying she wouldn't have cut ties with you if she had known this would happen. She's throwing plates and knives around in a rage. Please, Mom, can you come over right now and calm her down?
What? Me?
Yes, you caused this. You're the only one who can fix this.
Fix what exactly?
Your revelation ruined everything.
Your lies ruined everything.
If you come, I think she'll calm down. We can pretend that cutting ties never happened.
You want to pretend?
Yes, let's start over. Tell her you consider supporting us as your son and daughter-in-law.
You want to pretend?
We can go back to how things were. I know we said horrible things, but can't you forgive us? We're family?
Family doesn't treat family the way you two treated me.
It was just a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding? You deliberately excluded me from your wedding dinner.
That's in the past now. Please, Mom, it'll really help me out. I'll bow my head as many times as needed, so please make up with Madison. And promise to help us financially.
Don't be ridiculous, you foolish son. No matter what the situation is, I won't take back cutting ties. And I won't help you. Don't ever contact me again.
But, are you really abandoning me in this situation? I'm your only son. Dad's only reminder.
Don't you dare bring your father into this.
He would want you to help me.
Your father would be ashamed of your behavior.
You don't know that. Mom, please, I'm desperate.
Appealing to my emotions won't work anymore. Well then, Tom, take care, be a man, and make your wife happy on your own.
Mom, don't do this. You can't just abandon your only son. I'll do anything, please.
Goodbye, Tom.
Sarah, I had no idea. I really didn't know doctors' salaries were so low. I had no idea he was planning his life counting on your support. I've been up all night thinking about everything. Please, I'm begging you. Can we pretend the cutting of ties never happened?
Now you want to talk?
I know I made mistakes. Terrible mistakes. I was blinded by status and appearances.
I recall you saying you didn't need my help.
I was wrong. So wrong. I didn't understand anything.
It's too late for apologies now. I won't have anything to do with you two ever again, no matter what happens.
We can work something out.
There's nothing to work out.
We can start over. Pretend none of this happened. I'll make it up to you.
Actually, it's good that you contacted me. There's one thing I needed to tell you.
What is it? I'll do anything.
That apartment you're living in, it's actually one of the properties I own. And because of my love for my son, I've been charging way below market rent. Now, I've decided to return it to the proper rate.
What? This place is your property? There must be some mistake.
You didn't know? Interesting that Tom never mentioned it.
He never said anything! Tom has been hiding so much!
Actually, Tom has been living there since his residency days. When he came crying to me saying residents don't make much money, I reduced the $5,000 monthly rent to about $1,000.
That much difference?
You seem surprised. I thought you knew everything about your husband's finances.
Tom told me it was just a normal apartment. He said the rent was standard for the area.
Normal? It's in one of the most expensive areas of the city.
This can't be happening.
So, I'm returning it to the regular rate. My foolish son has completely forgotten that I'm the one who reduced the rent. So please, inform him.
Wait, please! $5,000 rent? That's impossible! Just yesterday, I found out about his salary and savings situation. Doctors make much less than I thought, and there's no way we can afford $5,000 in rent!
That sounds like a personal problem.
We can barely afford the current rent! Can't we discuss this? Maybe a gradual increase?
Please work it out with the property manager.
Can we at least talk about this in person?
I've said everything I need to say.
Please, we can work something out!
Well then, I guess you'll have to move out. Please find an apartment that matches your actual means.
What? You can't do this to us!
I can't. Just like you couldn't serve me dinner at your wedding.
That was different! I was stupid and arrogant!
Yes, you were.
I didn't know any better!
You knew exactly what you were doing.
Give us some time to figure things out!
Well, I'll be going now. My preparations for moving abroad are complete, so please, vacate the property soon. Shortly after that, I moved to France, and my son and his wife quietly moved out of the apartment. After learning that a doctor's salary wasn't as high as she thought, Madison frantically started working part-time. However, because they had such a luxurious wedding, their relatives and friends expect them to be living a celebrity lifestyle. Being image-conscious, the two of them keep posting on social media about their luxurious life in a high-rise apartment. As a result, Madison's part-time job earnings are all going towards maintaining this facade of wealth, while in reality, they're living a desperately frugal life.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.